Sorry, we're all on the phone right now. We'll be with you as soon as we can.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Fucking shocking. Bloody G. Old. Old. No one to know.
Sorry, we're all on the phone right now. We'll
Aye.
be with you as soon as we can.
Of course. Oh, another shit song. Great. Finally.
Good afternoon, through to Alex and Amigo. Can I start by taking a postcode, please?
Yeah, 2 seconds. The postcode given on the judgment is CF.
Okay, what was the name?
Nicole.
And who is it I'm speaking to?
Nicole.
Okay. Right, can I take a date of birth?
Yes, that's the alleged date of birth.
Okay, right. What was the call regarding today?
I've had a letter from the County Court Claims. Is it 2 seconds? The County Court Claims. The County Court Money Claims Centre. I've had a letter off regarding yourselves.
Okay.
Says here I owe. Says you must pay the claimant the total of £9,212.79. Yeah.
Right.
So, what I was ringing for, I'd like to speak to the claimant.
Okay. Sorry, I'm a little bit confused. So you're saying that I'm speaking to Nicole now? You're Nicole?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Right.
What's
and do you wanna speak-
can I ask what's confusing about that?
Well, yeah. I'm just obviously you're saying you want to speak to the claimant, and we're Amigo Loans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So we would be the claimant.
what do you mean we would be the claimant? The letter I have in front of me, which it seems to be, an official letter through a county court claims centre, it says judgment creditor, the person claiming this application, person, Amigo Loans Limited. So I'd like to speak to the person called Amigo Loans Limited.
Right. Well, that would be us as a company.
Well, it says person, not persons. It says, what is your full name? Amigo Loans Limited. Have you got a birth certificate to provide proof that that is your name?
Well, as an employee of that company, you are speaking to the person on that letter.
Right. So, your Amigo Loans is a company. Is it a non-for-profit company or is it a profit company?
I'm not sure of the relevance, but we obviously, yes, we make a profit.
Yeah, it's just a discussion I'm having with you. Some of it may not seem relevant to you, but it's all relevant to me. Right, so in January of 2015, I had a loan off you of £15,000, yeah?
Okay, bear with me a second.
No problem.
Okay, could I just confirm the first line of the address and the email address that we've got on file?
I've already given it to you, haven't I?
Not the email address, no.
Am I obliged to
We've
give?
got the postcode.
Am I obliged to give that information?
Yep, just for security.
I don't think I am. I don't.
Information.
Can you tell me a law that states I have to give my email address to you?
The Data Protection Act.
That's an act, not a law.
Okay, but by the Data Protection Act, I need to ask the question. So.
Right. So the Data Protection Act is an act that it encourages, people's privacy. Yeah, it protects people's privacy.
Mhm.
Yep. And this is my privacy you're protecting, so I'm giving you permission not to use the Data Protection Act.
Okay, I'm afraid that I can't confirm the email address that we held on file, and the first line of the address on the file, I'm not going to be willing to speak to you, I'm afraid.
Well, what I can tell you is the email that you may have on file is Nicole. Whether or not that's the email I use at the moment, I'm not confirming.
Okay.
Anything else?
And what was the first line of the address?
Right, well, the address given is...
Okay. Can you hold the line for 1 second, please?
Yeah, no problem.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi there. Right, so I've just had a listen back to the calls that we had with Nicole originally when the loan was paid out, and to the most recent calls as well. Obviously, the voice sounds very, very different, so I'm not convinced that I'm speaking with Nicole now. So...
Right, can I just stop you there, right? You're treading on very thin ice. I'm a pre-op transsexual. I'm going through hormone therapy at the moment.
Right, okay. So, when was that?
When was what?
So you're saying that, I mean, I'm just looking at the calls and it was that we spoke and the voice was very, very different.
Yes, I've been taking the hormone therapy for quite a while now, maybe a few months. It takes a while to develop.
Okay. Can you hold the line for a second, please?
Yep.
Thanks. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, thanks for holding. Okay, right, now, just in regards to what you've mentioned there,
Yeah.
Obviously, having gone through security, and obviously I appreciate if that is something that you are going through, but obviously for me to then distinguish between, it is obviously quite a large amount of difference. So is there anything that you would be able to provide us that actually kind of shows that these are the changes that you're going through? Just at the moment, I can't.
You asking to see my medical records now as well? Is that what you're asking for?
As I said, at the moment.
So this is a very, very private thing. Not half my friends don't know about this yet. I'm not totally comfortable in my own body myself. I've given you all the information you needed. I've given you your reference numbers. I've given you my address. I've explained the change in tone of voice. If you're not willing to talk to me, could you put me through to a manager, please?
Okay, well, I can organise a manager call back if that's what you would like.
No, I'd like to be put straight through to one, please.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Well, I've got a phone number and an email for a manager. So shall I just call myself?
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you have that information, by all means.
Okay, brilliant. Right, are these calls recorded?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm requesting you to put this bill, debt, whatever you want to call it. I want you to put it on hold until matters have been resolved. Okay, I'm going to be emailing to the CEO. I'm going to be contacting managers, and I need this matter put on hold until I can get my answers resolved. Okay.
Okay. Well, as I say, I can make a note of what you've said.
Yes.
Just where at the moment, because of the reasons that I've given.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not being confident that I'm speaking to the same person. As I said, I'm happy to consider any evidence that can be provided in regards to that. It's just that obviously for me, on a phone call listening to you now, it's very, very different to what it was 3 days ago. So you have to understand my concerns.
Yeah, no problem, that's fine. Just can you just make notes on the system, please? This is to be put on hold for 14 days minimum period until I get the answers to my questions.
As I said, I'll note that down, but I can't guarantee that it's.
Sir, that's a lawful request. If you refuse that request, I can prosecute you. Okay.
As I said, I'll make a note that you've said that.
Yeah, make a very, very good note. Put it all in capitals so someone notices it. All right.
Right. Okay.
All right. Thank you. I'm going to call the manager. Cheers. Bye.
No worries. Cheers.
Good afternoon, Amigo.
Hiya. I was wondering if I could speak to Robin Templeton, please.
Yeah, have you got an agreement number or postcode there?
I got a reference number. Is that any good?
Yeah, that's perfect, thank you.
It is 319-474-11.
Lovely, thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is transfer you over to the caseworker for the account.
Yeah.
Steve, and he'll be able to help you with any questions you've got.
That's
if
brilliant.
he's not available, then someone else in his department will answer the phone, but they will be able to help you.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much.
No, that's quite all right. Please hold while we transfer your call.
Thank you for calling. You're through to Joe. Amigo, can I start by taking your postcode?
The postcode given is...
Okay. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay, so I've got the details here. Can I give you name and date of birth?
Yeah, my name's Nicole.
Okay. Hi there. So, have you just been speaking to... I can see you just got the call with one of my colleagues, Alex.
Yeah, he wasn't willing to deal with me, so what I've done, I've called the number given for Robin Templeton, the person who's actually dealing with this claim.
Yeah, Robin Templeton. Okay, she's a person that works here at Amigo Loans in the litigation department.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not actually phone-based.
Well, she's given me her phone number. She's given me an address, an email, and a phone number to get hold of her if I needed to talk to her.
Not Robin, no.
Yes.
The number is for the pre-litigation department, which you called.
Right, well, I've got Robin Templeton, robin.templeton at amigo.me, is it?
Sir, I mean, sorry.
Miss, thank you.
Look. Okay. My colleagues left some notes here on the account. Okay, and obviously we want to make sure they're obviously being completely sensitive to the situation. However,
Yes.
we aren't confident. So is that because the person that we spoke to
Yes.
isn't the person that we're on the phone with today.
Yes, it is. I've given you every single piece of information that you have requested from me. If you're not,
data protection.
how do you expect me to pay you any of this money if you're not willing to discuss it with me?
Yeah, but data protection isn't about giving the information.
No,
and
data protection is about protecting someone's data, and that someone is me.
No, and data protection is also being confident that I'm speaking to the correct person. And whilst we've been on the call together today as well, as long as obviously being sensitive to the notes that I'm looking at, I've actually listened to the call that we had with somebody. Okay.
Yeah.
That isn't the same person. So either somebody was impersonating to be you, which I seem highly, based on the conversation, I'm not sure why anyone would do that.
Exactly. Why would I be ringing up now pretending to be in debt?
No, I'm talking about the other situation the other way round.
Well, it works vice versa, don't it? Why would I call up now and pretend to be in debt?
Okay, but look, can we just be honest with each other? Who did we speak to?
Me.
It's not the same person.
Yes, it is. I am undergoing hormone therapy. I have already told this to the previous person I spoke to. Hormone therapy affects your voice. I am taking steroids. It makes my voice deeper. They've recently upped my dose. Yeah, my voice has gone a little deeper. And the last person I spoke to asked for proof of medical records.
Okay. Because I understand what you're saying. I'm not doubting anything you're saying. So look, Nicole, I can't discuss anything Amigo Loans are going on because I'm not past confident. Okay. But that doesn't mean to say that we can't actually just both get on the same page here.
Yeah.
And just talk about and actually that we actually need a conversation that if what has happened.
Yeah.
And you're undergoing treatment and you're having steroids currently.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's having changes in your voice.
Yeah.
Then you didn't say that to me on the call today. You haven't called up and said that to me because I hope you appreciate. We can be completely sensitive to the situation, what's going on. But
yeah,
I mean, if I was in your position, I would be calling up and basically saying, "Look, these are my details. This is the situation. This is why I sound different to the other day. But it didn't happen like that. It happened completely the other way around, where we were confused, which I hope you appreciate. We're not being disrespectful in any way.
Oh, no, I get that.
Yeah, so what I want to do, actually, is I just want to listen back to the call. Is that okay, just a bit more? So that we can actually see how we're going to work through the security in light of the situation. Is that all right?
What happened on the last call? I was asked the postcode, then asked my name, then asked the address, all given. They then asked...
That doesn't mean you pass security. That doesn't mean anything, though. Security and data protection is that me, the person who's in control of your data, okay, and controlling it, I have to be confident that I'm talking to the correct person. Right, because we're not, though, there's no offence taken. So what I'm going to do...
Can I just stop you there? Can I just stop there, right? I am going all day. I go work in a few hours. Can I just go through some generalised information, nothing relevant to this case? Can you discuss that with me?
Not after what we discussed today, no.
You can't discuss general information about how your company works or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, if it's general info, sorry, about the company, then yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask nothing about this case personally. It's all going to be hypothetical examples and questions like that. Okay? Is that okay, Rio? I'll refer to a Mr. Smith. We'll use Mr. Smith as an example.
Okay, but if I feel like that you're probing for information based on the previous conversation, I do have the right to decline that. Because
yeah, that's fine. Of course, if I ask you something and you don't want to answer it, you say, I don't want to answer that, and that's absolutely fine. Of course. Right. Are we okay to go ahead?
Yeah, bear with me one moment. Like I said, I wanted to just, like I said, get an understanding of the situation. And
so like I said, I really haven't got all day. I want to go over a hypothetical situation here with a Mr. X, not relating to any case at all. Just a general conversation. There's no relevance to go back to the last call anymore. All I want is general information. That's all. I just want to question you on a few acts, a few, the way the company works, how you operate, what legislation is applicable.
But why would you? But that's what doesn't make sense to me today. If this was generally Nicole speaking, okay, you wouldn't have said what you just about said. If I'm completely honest, I've worked here long enough. Do you mind? Look,
I'm not going to hold. So if you put me on hold, I'm just going to hang up, and I'll just do it all through email. I can
answer some questions for you, but I need to be very honest that if you were Nicole, okay, and people in the past where we've had concerns who we're speaking to, but then eventually passed data protection, you wouldn't need to ask general information because you should be fully supportive of actually.
Well, that's the thing. See, I'm not able to get through to you as the person you're asking for. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to ask for some just general information. That's it. If you don't want to answer any questions, just say, sorry, sir. Sorry, ma'am. Don't want to answer that question.
Okay, I have to be honest. I'm not confident because
right. So under the Freedom of Information Act, under the Freedom of Information Act, you're refusing to give me any information, correct?
No, not at all.
Can I take your name and extension number, please? So this is Joe that's refusing to give me any information at all. Generalised information.
You can answer any question at all.
Then can I proceed with my questioning then, sir?
Ask me anything that you would like.
Right. So, do you know what responsible lending is?
Of course I do, yeah.
Yeah? So you can't lend someone over a third of what they earn per annum, correct?
But it seems strange you're asking this question because if you had a loan with Amigo loans,
it's just a general question. I'm asking you.
You would know that.
I'm testing your knowledge on FCA regulations.
That's no problem. You can test if that's what you'd like, but I need to. You've claimed today to be Nicole.
So this is irrelevant. I'm now claiming to be Mr. Smith. So can you please tell me, is it legal to lend someone more than a third of their yearly earnings?
Well, you've told me today that's part of the FCA regulations, so that's a rhetorical question.
I'm asking you, do you know? Are you in agreement? Are you in agreement that you cannot lend over a third of a person's per annum earnings? Does
I
that
agree.
comply?
You said that's the case.
Pardon?
You said that's a fact, so I'm just agreeing with you.
You're agreeing, yeah? Right. So, for example, if Mr. Smith borrowed £15,000 and his earnings per annum were 12,000, doesn't that make the whole loan void, or maybe even illegal, fraudulent, under FCA regulations?
So, what is your ultimate goal here? Well, this line of questioning that you're asking for, what is it you're leading to achieve? Because I've got...
Just answers.
If I'm honest,
Well,
I don't want to deceive you. I could pull up the FCA regulations in front of me on my computer and give you all the answers.
That's all I want.
That doesn't mean I'm doing my job.
I just want answers. That's all. I'm just asking questions. That's all.
Well, what's the relevance? So, where are we leading with this?
Just so I've got a full sheet of information here, and I can, assess what I'm actually dealing with. I just, this is it's a very serious matter, and it's, it's putting a lot of stress on me and my family. So this is why, you're not letting me go into my actual account, which is fine. I've accepted that. But this general information will help me get an overview of what's going on. I'll see the bigger picture, and then I can, look at my options.
But if you actually ask some questions that were relevant, it seems that you're asking questions in light of to either try and catch us out as a company.
No, I'm not trying to catch you out, sir. I promise you that.
It's not, because you've had 2 separate recorded calls today with Amigo Loans.
Yeah, I couldn't get anyone to talk to me the first time. This is why I've called back.
But the first time you called, you were impersonating and being Nicole.
I still am. I still am saying I'm Nicole. But look, okay. my name is irrelevant, okay? I'm just asking for information on your company. Under the Freedom of Information Act, you are required to present me with that information. Okay. All
right. I mean, look, yeah, okay, that's all right. You can continue then.
Right. So, I see Amigo. They quote Section 67 of the Land Registration Act 2002. That's the thing you use to claim ownership over someone's property. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that right?
Okay, can you, you're stopping. What is it that you want? So you're talking about the land registry, you're talking about Amigo Loans. What is it, what information do you want? You're not really asking for answers.
I am. I just said, the Amigo Loans, they put in their letters, Section 67 of the Land Registration Act 2002. Are you operating under that act?
We have followed the correct procedure if we were to obviously obtain anything regarding the land registry or working with the land registry against the customer.
Yes.
Of course, it would be followed under the correct guidelines.
Right, that's all I needed to know. See, simple questions. Right, so you are working under the Land Registry Act.
We're fully compliant in everything that we do.
Yeah, I believe that. I know you're not a dodgy, fraudulent company. Like, do you know what I mean? Obviously, everything's got to be done by the book. I understand that. So obviously, if to secure someone's property, if you have to use the Land Registration Act, that's what you've got to do. Fair enough. Right, so I've got say a judgment was made by a county court claim centre, which is the route that Amigo actually go through. Yeah.
Yeah. If the account of an agreement Amigo Loans was to be defaulted.
Yeah.
Still unresolved, then we would look to submit to the County Court Money Claims Centre.
Yeah, that's correct. And this would need to be signed by a judge under oath. Is that correct?
I don't do that stage, sir.
Pardon?
I don't. What would need to be signed? The order, a CCJ is always ordered by a judge.
Under oath?
I wouldn't know that, sir, specifically. I wouldn't need to know that for my job, whether it be under oath.
Well, all judges, I'll tell you, all judges do operate. When you take the job of judge, you swear an oath to the Queen, and the oath is to uphold. Yeah. To the country, sorry, to the country. Well, country and Queen. But the oath is to uphold common law. Do you know what common law is? Yep. Common law is the law of the land. If you cause no harm, loss or damage to any person, actual human being, that's a crime. Yeah? acts and legislations. Do you know the definition of an act of statute is?
I don't need to know for my personal daily job, sir.
Yeah, fair enough.
It doesn't come under my daily job.
Well, it kind of does, because your company operates under these acts and statutes. An act of statute.
Role, I don't need to know that information. And if I did need to know that information, I work at a computer, so I'd be able to find and obtain that information within seconds.
Yeah, well done. An act of statute is a rule or regulation enforceable by law when both parties consent. So, with Amigo using the Land Registration Act of 2002, doesn't that require consent of both parties? So, Amigo saying, yeah, we consent, and then me saying, yeah, I consent too. Wouldn't that be required?
What, in regards to obtaining the loan?
No. In regards to you taking any ownership of the property.
You would not. You would get notified, and you would have an opportunity to respond if Amigo Loans had interest. But your yes or no, or anybody's yes or no, would then go. If we apply to the court for a charging order,
yes,
then you'd be notified. But if you say yes or no, it's not like yes, it goes ahead, or you say no, it doesn't go ahead. It doesn't work like that.
Yes, it does.
By the sound of it, obviously you know quite a lot about that, and obviously you know that wouldn't be the case.
Right. So what would happen? Say you went through with the Land Reg Act, and police arrived with bailiff. Well, it would go. I guess it would go bailiffs first. Then when the bailiffs get turned away, then they'd return with police, something like that.
Correct.
Pardon?
Incorrect. Amigo Loans don't use bailiffs.
No, I'm on about the court. Once it's gone through the court would then issue bailiffs out to secure the property or the debt or whatever, wouldn't they? It says here the debt is payable by the liable party as determined by legislation. Yeah? Legislation is only given enforcement of law when consented to. Do you understand where I'm getting with this now?
No, I'm still not following, so I'm waiting for you to obviously get...
Right. Well, we have arrived at the end point of this phone call, right? Basically, I'll just summarise, okay? There was a legal loan that was lent out irresponsibly over a third of someone's annual earnings. There was no option for them to be given adequate explanation, and they were not asked the question, do you feel like you have had an adequate explanation? And I've got witnesses to say... I go...
They?
Pardon?
Who's they?
Who's they?
Yeah.
The witnesses.
Yeah, because I thought you and Nicole.
I'm talking with the witnesses.
Right.
Okay?
But the way you said it there was as if it was about somebody else and not yourself.
Sorry, sir. I'm very tired. I got work in a few hours. It's been a long day. Right. Yes. Where was I? Yeah. Illegal loan, over a third of the earnings, so it's illegal for a start. I was never offered an adequate explanation. I was never given chance to consider or understand. I was never asked, do I understand the terms of this loan? I was chasing the cash, to be honest. I was in a rush to get it. I wanted it, and I was just like, yep, sign it, done. So I had no adequate explanation, which is a second reason for this loan to be illegal. If pursued, obviously, as we've already gone over, the Section 67 Act requires consent, which I do not give consent to. So the two... In the sense of, I'm not giving consent to you taking any ownership over my property. So the first, we've got two reasons originally why the loan is illegal. I told you now, I'm not consenting to you having any ownership over my property. Robin Templeton Mepstead, the litigation officer, has signed this legal document against the name Nicole, which Robin, I'm not sure is it a he or she, I'm not sure if they're aware, is fraud. The judgment by the County Court Claims Centre, if it was signed by a judge under oath, that's also fraud. And as we have already gone over, the debt is payable by the liable party as determined by legislation. And legislation can be given no consent by myself. So, the end result of this is I want this debt written off, please.
I mean, unfortunately, today, though, I can't be... I don't believe that I'm talking with Nicole.
But you see what I'm getting at, yeah?
I can't, no, I can't,
No?
unfortunately.
You need to open your eyes, mate. Can I take an email address for Amigo? I'm going to send an email to Robin Templeton, the fraudster. I'll send an email to him or her. Can I take one for Amigo as well so I can forward it on to both parties?
Yeah, Robin works here at Amigo, and it's a she.
Yeah, well, she signed it, so I want to send it personally to her, and I also want to send it personally to the company.
Yeah, I mean, do you not have her email address?
I got Robin's. I want
So
Amigos.
if you send it to Robin, yeah, Robin works for Amigo.
Yeah, but I'd like to send 2 emails just to make sure they both get received.
Yeah, no, but when you send Robin this email, it's going to be passed onto your account. But, I mean, an email address you could probably send it to then is
Hello.
at Amigo Loans.
At Amigo Loans, one word. No dash.
No, hello at amigoloans.co.uk.
.co.
Yeah, and what email address are you going to be sending it from?
It's none of your business, really, is it?
Well, I mean, we've got an email address for you here on the account. If your email address that you send it from isn't on the account, then it's not going to be located, but for potentially at least 24 hours, but it will go through to our external communications department.
Then I guess I'll wait another day for a reply. Then it doesn't really bother me. I'm not in any rush to.
It's a little bit strange. I find it a little bit strange. I mean, it's for your benefit.
Yeah.
I would add your email.
Do you know what I find a little bit strange? I find a little bit strange that a company can take someone's house off them, someone's family house, where their kids have grown up, where their grandparents have lived, where they've lived all their lives. I find it really funny how a company called Amigo Loans, Amigo, was it Mexican or Spanish for friend? What's friendly about going around taking someone's house?
Okay, but you just referred to the situation again in the third person, which is why I'm fairly certain I'm not speaking to Nicole today, sir.
I've already told you I've had a long day. I'm tired. Don't quote me on my words.
Look, I'll be honest, sir. Look, everything that you said today, we would be able to discuss with you.
Yeah.
In more detail, if you just get Nicole to give us the call. You clearly know Nicole.
I am Nicole.
If he just calls up. Okay.
Look, every point I put across to you is lawful and it is all legal, okay? I'm going to put it all across in email. You won't have to deal with any data protection with myself again. You won't have to deal with me on the phone again. You'll probably never hear my voice again. But, everything I've just gone through on this call with you is going to be sent through to email. This call may have been recorded my end as well, just to make you aware.
Not a problem at all, sir. It's recorded our end as well.
Yeah.
I think mine and Alexander's call was recorded as well.
Yeah, I know that. So, the points that we've been over, can I just ask you if you do understand them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can ask you, or yes, you understand?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, you can ask me anything, sir. Like I said.
No, I'm asking you, do you understand the things I have said?
Do I understand? I understand that you sound like a man who's upset about a situation that involves a charging order.
See, that's not what I
I
asked.
would actually really like to help you.
I've not asked
And I
that.
could actually probably give you the more detailed answers.
I don't want them.
Help and support.
I don't want them.
Whilst I believe that you're continually to try and impersonate Miss Nicole, I'm not going to be able to continue this call with yourself today.
You've done all you need. I've got everything. I've covered everything. I've got a piece of paper here where I wrote out a load of things I needed, and I've ticked off every one as we've been through them. So all I'm asking you is if you understand what we've just spoken about. If you have a grasp on this, do you understand it?
So I I don't understand the reason for this call today.
No,
so
sir, can you please listen to me and take me very literally? Do you understand the words and the statements I've made to you?
I've understood you because we've had a conversation.
So you have understood me.
I've understood the conversation that we've had today. Obviously, that you likely know this, Nicole, and that you're trying everything you can to help her, and I appreciate that. And I would actually like to speak to you on the personal level. We're not really bothered about what's been said on Alexander's or this call today.
Yeah.
If you get Nicole to give us a call, then we can talk to you about that. That's not a problem at all. But it's very difficult today when I believe that somebody's...
Yeah. I completely understand where you're coming from. I'm not here to give you a hard time. I'll level with you. I'm just here to help. And
what's your name then? Can I just take your name?
Nicky. Nicky.
Okay, and how is it you know Nicole?
I am Nicole. My name's Nicole. My friends call me Nicky. And I'm not obliged to give any more information than that. Do you know why? You know when I was just asking you if you understood, and I asked you repeatedly, do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you know why? Do you know why that is?
It doesn't. I mean, if you want to tell me why today, that's not a problem at all.
Because as soon as you say you understand, it means you stand under my authority, and Amigo loans now have no power over me. So thank you very much for this phone call, sir. Basically, right, this phone call has been recorded. I've given you all legal information. You've told me you understand. Stand under. Basically,
but you haven't passed security.
I don't have to pass security, sir. I don't have to pass security. I've given you the information regarding to this case, and you've told me you understand.
That's like me calling you up today and saying my name's Barry White, and I work here at Bamboo Lanes.
Yeah.
And can we talk about the account? And they're saying everything is legitimate. It doesn't make any sense.
No, what you're getting confused. I'm saying all the facts I've put to you have been legal and lawful, and then when I asked if you understood them, you said yes. It's very complex stuff. Understood means you stand under. When you say you understand someone, you're telling them you stand under them. You're giving them authority, which you have given me. So thank you very much.
Not a problem at all. Well, I mean, like I said, it's not really legal or irrelevant because, like you said, you're not Nicole. I don't believe that you're Nicole. I believe that you are trying to impersonate her. I'm happy about the situation. And look, I do get that from the things that I've read into, and I speak to people on a daily basis on the phone, and I can kind of read between the lines that you know Nicole, that potentially at some part of this that a charging order has affected her or her family. Okay, and you're just trying to help her to do that, and I appreciate that. We're not speaking to Nicole. No,
I know, like,
sorry to say that.
I know from your end you'll say there's no, this phone call's not like illegal or however you want to put it.
We're not talking with Nicole, and you haven't passed us the security.
Yeah, I know that.
Myself and another colleague or a manager who's listened already to Nicole's call believe that we're speaking to Nicole.
Yeah, I get what you're saying here.
And also as well, if what you're saying is correct,
yeah,
and you got me into a situation where I was answering your questions for you, then why would you lead with all that legal questioning? I'm saying to you today,
yeah, okay,
because obviously you've got a lot of concerns. If you generally feel that way,
yeah,
then we're not going to stop you. If you generally feel that if this is going to help Nicole,
yeah,
and it's not going to hinder the situation when you can actually be spending the time to resolve and make a solution here. If you believe that what you've done on the call today is more beneficial than me reaching out to you and offering you some help.
I don't want your help. I don't want your help. The only thing you can help me with is leaving me alone, to be honest. And stop sending call letters to my house. Do you mean? And stop telling me you claim ownership to my house, because you don't.
But they're not for you, they're for Nicole.
I am Nicole, I told you that. I've got to leave for work now, so I'm just going to read you the quick terms and conditions to the end of this call, okay? This is a notice of removal of implied rights of access. The property known as any employee, principal agent, third party or representative, or any other person working on behalf or under the instruction of Amigo Loans Limited, Her Majesty's Court Service, or any other corporate body, however named, and any police officer who is acting for the Corporation Police and not as a constable for and on behalf of Her Majesty the Queen. People as expressed in the oath of office of all policemen and women, that is public servants, upon your oath of office to serve with fairness, integrity, diligence and impartiality. This applies under common law jurisdiction which the UK currently operates under. I have removed your rights of access to my property, so if any of your employees, agents, anything to do with you, under instruction from you, come near my property, I can then prosecute you. You have been served with immediate effect, okay?
Amigo loans don't use that anyway. We already discussed that at the start of the call. We don't let's use bailiff.
Yes, but when you do send it to court and then the court comes, you've already been served and you are not allowed anywhere near my house, so we can send them away, okay?
But how can you do? I mean, because you said that on the call today.
You know, when you get home from work today, I suggest you look up common law, okay?
I've been looking at common law the whole time we've been on the phone.
Have you really? Then you should know a lot more than what you're saying you do.
I said I've looked up common law. I haven't looked through it because that was obviously what you were referencing to.
Right.
But
yeah.
I can't see how essentially that you've just read us terms and conditions of the call.
That notice has been served. I've told you, so in Amigo Loans, as you said at the start of the call, well, actually it might have been your friend, he told me you are Amigo Loans. So Amigo Loans have been served on the phone. They'll now be served by email as well. Any debt that is owing, if I am liable for debt, I'll pay it, but I'm going to require proof of claim. And all this will be sent over to you through email, okay?
But you haven't given me your details today to say who you are.
Yes, I have. You've rejected them. I'm ready to wrap up this phone call now.
Anything else that I can help you with today?
Nothing at all. I just want to say I'm really sorry if I've come across arrogant or cocky in any way. I just don't like debt companies. I just, you know, I want to help out where I can.
Yeah, I mean, you want to help Nicole out. I understand that.
I am Nicole. I want to help myself.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. No problem at all. Is there anything else I can help with?
No, that's all, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll be sending these over to email, and if possible, can you make a note on the system for all correspondence to be via email, not via visits or phone?
I can't do that because you haven't passed security, and I believe I'm talking to a third party, so I can't honour that. No.
All right, no worries. I'll send it through email.
I mean, in light of this conversation today,
Yeah.
the emails, if you are going to continue to say you're Nicole, are going to be heavily screened anyway. So
yeah, that's fair enough.
My email.
Most emails do appear on a screen, so I'd expect them to be screened.
No, that's not what screen meant. But,
I know.
But,
I'll speak to you later, buddy. All right, I'm off. I got loads to do. Bye, or...
Oh, yeah, have a nice day.
Yeah, thanks. And you. Thanks, bye.
Take it all.